Try to maybe. Okay, so good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Of course, I am Nikki Lane. And tonight I'm going to be discussing COVID rehabilitation techniques, things that you can do after you've had COVID, things that you can do after you have experienced your healing process, but you're not still feeling quite so well. So I'm going to be giving tips. One of the biggest questions that I've gotten the most from the ladies is hair loss. Most of them have experienced hair loss tremendously after they've gotten over COVID. So, losing your hair is a side effect. Also, losing your taste, losing your smell, and I believe that's pretty much one of the brain fog. So those are the most common things that I've been asked for assistance with. Is once I've gotten COVID, I still have these symptoms now that I no longer, I'm no longer testing positive for it. So what do I do? Now, one of the biggest things is, I'll start with this side of the table. So I have products here of things that you can do once you have been diagnosed or you tested positive for the big C. These are things that you can take. Now, the first set of herbs is going to be your 20-day program. Now, this program is for prevention. So you can use this for prevention techniques, and you can use it for healing techniques as well. So let's say I test positive today. What do I do? I'm going to jump on the 20-day program immediately. Now, I do have that listed on the website. It gives you step-by-step instructions on what supplements to take. You're going to need vitamin C. Now, this is the powdered form, or you can get the pill form of the vitamin. This is a good brand. A lot of people ask, what brand is the best brand? So Allergy Research Group is one of the best of all of them. Now, okay, so selenium. Okay, selenium is also
I saw the tiger win.
Awesome, thank you. So selenium helps you with replication of the actual virus itself. So selenium is great to help stop the replication. Now, zinc. I don't recommend you take the liquid if you've never had it before, because this is some strong stuff. So zinc, 30 milligrams for women, 50 milligrams for men. Now, wouldn't you know it, the top on this bottle cracked right as I was trying to set up for this, so I had to put some foil on here. But I'm sure you've all heard of black seed oil. This you want to take as a preventative method, and you can do this while your body is healing from it as well. Now, 1 teaspoon is all you need per night. So before you go to bed, because your body does the healing at night, you want to take 1 teaspoon of this before going to bed. Now, this is a cold pressed organic brand. There's other brands that you can get as well, but you want to make sure you have your supplements. Now, for the brain fog, a lot of people ask, what can I do for brain fog? Now, your body needs oxygen. So one of the products that I recommend for the oxygen is your chloro-oxygen, as well as chlorella. I don't have chlorella with me, but you can, I'll type that word in the comments so you'll have it. You need to give your body a surge of oxygen while you are going through your wellness journey, your healing journey, and chloro-oxygen does this. This is a blood builder. It helps the cells, the blood cells. It's a chlorophyll concentrate. This will help with the brain fog. Now, for your minerals, you need sea moss. Sea moss is a powerhouse. It is a super vegetable. It gives you 92 of the body's required minerals that it needs. Now, this is in the plant form. Of course, you are going to take a small amount, like maybe a handful, soak it in some spring water. You can put lime in there to alkalize it, and as well as cleaning it. And you're gonna, make it into a gel, and you can take 1 to 2 tablespoons of that per day, and that will also give your body what it needs to heal. Now for, I'm pretty sure, and I did a video or maybe a post on this a while back, but these are soursop leaves. We know that soursop grows in the tropical areas, Caribbean areas. Now these leaves are extremely powerful. These were used to fight the other big C, which is still an issue in our communities, but cancer is a known issue. But these leaves not only aid the body in healing from cancer, but it also aids the body in healing from the big C as well. So to make this, now because it's in leaf form, now these are all cleaned and dried. So you're going to take about 3 to 5 leaves, place it in a cup of hot water. You're going to let that soak for about a good hour. Now after that, you should have enough of the nutrients in your tea to drink, and you want to drink about a cup a day. Now this tea I would recommend you drinking at night in addition to the black seed oil to help the body, boost the immunity, and to give your body a good night's rest. Now for the hair loss, and like I said, this is going to be a quick video, so that black seed oil is on me. Give me just a second.
Do you want to answer some questions real quick?
I got questions?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hang on. Okay, what?
Just 2.
2 questions? About this part, or?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are the sea moss pills okay?
Sea moss pills go through a process. So they have to refine them, they have to, and sometimes they add heat. So when you add heat to the sea moss, you're actually losing some of the potency, some of the nutrients. So you can take the sea moss pills, but me personally, I prefer taking it, straight from the plant itself.
Okay. And the last one. Oops.
And this is my lovely assistant, Shanika. She is helping me out tonight.
Okay, I lost it.
You lost it? Okay. Well, if you had a question, we'll try to find it in the comments.
Sorry, I got it. Is the food grade hydrogen peroxide an alternative for the oxygen?
Yes, it is. Actually, hold on just a moment. Let me get that for you. So this is the 17.5% food grade. This is a great substitute. I wouldn't say a substitute. I would actually use this in conjunction with the chlorophyll, because you need the chlorophyll. The chlorophyll is going to help cleanse your cells and build your blood. It's a blood builder. So you need the chloro-oxygen and the chlorella both. Now using this, and I was telling you all about a detox that I did, and I actually used this. Actually, it was a 35%. I used a stronger one to do my detox baths, and I placed about 16 ounces in the tub with me. You can do the same thing with this one as well. Now, because this actually gives your body a flood of oxygen, and it goes through the body, it goes through the cells. So the thing with the 17% is that it has to stay refrigerated. Now the 35%, you can actually leave that one out. I do not recommend putting this straight on the skin. It does come with a warning label, because it can actually, cause a little harm to the skin directly. So you do want to dilute it. You never want to place this directly on the skin. Now this is not like the regular peroxide that you're going to find in your regular drugstore. So this is very strong, and it is food grade. So it can be consumed. And I posted a link to a PDF book that gave you directions on how to create a 3% from a 17% or from 35%. You create a 3%, and that is actually something that you can consume. So moving on to the hair loss. Now you all know I have my own hair products, but I'm not here to, share all of that, but it is going to help you, because what I have does help. But I'm going to give you, Shanika, if you can point it here, going to give you some tips of some things that you can do at home with ingredients in your house that you can use to help you with the hair shedding, right? So first thing is a actual deep conditioner that I make. Now with the deep conditioner, what you see on this plate is what I put in it. Everything here is organic, right? I have banana, avocado, organic carrots, and 2 tablespoons of organic white rice, right? So what I typically do when I'm making this conditioner, I'm going to take the carrots and I'm going to peel them, right? And I just slice them up, and then I add them into a pot of water, 2 cups of water, distilled water. Don't use tap water. 2 cups of distilled water. I pour the rice in there. I chop up the carrots, dump the carrots in there, and I boil it. I boil it till these carrots are so tender that you can just, push a fork through them, and they, that lets you know you want to make sure they're real tender. I let the mixture cool down. Now, typically after I boil it, because I actually just use this on my hair for maintenance anyway, but I know for a fact that it does work for shedding, right? Rice works wonders on your hair. So, don't forget that. So, one of the methods after you do this, you're going to let it cool down. You're going to take your avocado, the banana, and you're going to throw all of it, including the rice, into a blender. And you're not going to blend it to where it's runny like water. You're going to blend it to where it's like a thick consistency like regular hair conditioner, right? So now once I get my mixture blended, I am going to take this Ayurvedic ancient technique, and this is called amla powder. Now I get the organic. Amla powder will destroy shedding, right? So one person commented back and told me that she had lost 50% of her hair after recovering from the big C. Now, what can I take to stop that from happening, right? So in order to stop the shedding, we have to go inside the body as well. Now, this is a technique that goes outside of the body, right? So in your conditioner, you're going to take 1 tablespoon, 1 to 2 tablespoons, right? You're going to add 1 to 2 tablespoons into your carrot, avocado, rice blend, right? You're going to stir it up. You're going to apply this to your hair just like regular conditioner, okay? Now, one thing that I can also share with you is my hair tea. Now, this tea, like I said, you do have to treat inside of your body. So in order to treat the inside, you're going to need the nourishments as well, which is the herbs that are here. This blend is specifically for shedding, dry, dehydrated scalps. It's also to help the hair with slip, so it's not as tangled. But it also helps with balding as well. I've had women that have come to me that have experienced alopecia, and it aids with balding. So I know for a fact that it aids with shedding because of the blend that's here. Now, one thing that you can do is, drink 1 to 3 cups a day, however much you choose to drink, right? Now this is in stock. However, my oil is not. I've had ladies ask about the hair oil. This is my 369 growth oil, and it does wonders. It smells wonderful as well. Now, this blend, it has all of your most powerful oils like jojoba, olive oil, avocado oil, grapeseed oil, and it also aids the scalp as well. It treats the scalp and also the hair. Now, so drinking this tea will help you. Now, again, the oil is out of stock. We're just waiting on labels to come in for it, but we have it. We just don't have our labels yet. Now, after you, now let me say this. Let's say it's your wash day, right? So before you apply this to your hair, right? What you want to do is make a tea using 3 simple products. 3 products. You're going to need cloves. You're going to need fresh rosemary, just 1 little twig. And these are fenugreek seeds. And I'll show you what those are. The fenugreek seeds. So you're going to make a cup of tea. So you're going to boil your water on high. You're going to, as soon as it starts boiling, you're going to cover it. Add this in there, cover it. And you're going to come out with a mixture. Now, this was refrigerated because I used this as well. So you're going to come out with this mixture. You're going to saturate your hair with this as well as your scalp, right? Now, you don't want it runny off your head, but you just want your, your hair and scalp to have this moisture on there, right? The cloves and the rosemary and the fenugreek is going to help you with the shedding, right?
Your car is moving again.
Okay, go back. I'm coming. So after you apply this, then you apply your conditioning mixture. Cover your hair with a plastic cap, okay? And this is going to help with the shedding. Please go back. I'm coming. Okay. Now, biotin is really good with shedding. Now, I do say when you're going to use biotin, use with caution. I had hair growing all down on my chin. I'm like, what is happening? I never had hair growth on my chin. So I had to get my hormones back in balance from taking this biotin. Now, the reason that I was taking biotin because my hair just started shedding out of nowhere and I couldn't figure out where the shedding was coming from. Now, the biotin did help. And I actually started cutting them in half and drinking loads of water. I mean, like half a gallon of water just with the biotin by itself because it's just that strong. So biotin is very good to take internally as well for your hair shedding. All right. So, again, you're going to make your clove and rosemary mixture, spray your scalp with this, spray your hair with this. You're going to make your deep conditioner using products in the house. The only thing that you really have to buy, that's not something that you're going to consume is your amla powder. So you're going to use this as your deep conditioner. I let this sit on my hair. And I do this once a month just, for strengthening my hair. But for anyone that's experiencing hair loss as their body is recovering from the big C, I would say use this, once or twice a week. Now, once you make this mixture, you're going to have a lot. So you don't want to leave it in the refrigerator for a long period of time either. So if you do have a whole lot, you can probably freeze some of it. But with the way how thick my hair is, I never really have. I can go through a jar, with 2 uses. So just depends on how much hair you actually have. Now, I can also tell you, amla will make your hair darker. So if you have gray hairs, you may notice them turn brown. But it's really good for shedding. So if you're, you don't want your hair to change colors, you can possibly leave this out, but it would not be as effective. So this is really important, but I did want to give you that tidbit that it does make your hair darker over time and with consistent use of it. So I hope this quick video was enough information, to help everybody that's having or experiencing the hair loss. We also have a 7-day program. A lot of people have asked, what do I do? I've contracted the big C. What do I do? Going to the, your regular department store or pharmacy to get, some of the stuff I've heard people get, like a Sudafed type medication or some type of Alka-Seltzers. Those things are very, very, they're decent, temporary over-the-counter stuff, but typically in holistic healing, we like to refer to the earth for our healing. So, which is why I'm recommending, and even if you don't have anything, you should be taking this every day anyway, because 9 times out of 10, you're not eating the right amount of foods that's going to give you the required minerals that you need on a regular basis. Sea moss is very vital, and it's very good for you as well. The 7-day program is something that you can take to kind of knock out the effects of COVID in the beginning as well. Also, it was something else I think I wanted to share, but I think I covered pretty much everything. Of course, on the program guide, there is a detailed list of all of the supplements that you would need as you're going through your healing journey. The black seed oil is not listed on that list, but I'm talking about it tonight because I've had people that have done that in conjunction with the 20-day program and the soursop leaves, and they've had great results. Now, one thing, I made a post the other day of a big blend that I made. Now, let's say you're somebody who's on the go, you don't have time to make a cup of tea every day. You can very well make a full gallon of tea, and I'll show you what I did. I basically just, hold on just a second. I got and I just poured my tea back in here and I just keep it in the refrigerator. I made a gallon size of tea. So I just took this gallon, poured it in a pot, boiled my water. I dumped everything in that pot that I needed to go in that blend. And I drink it like this every day. So if you're somebody who knows that you're going to be drinking it consistently, make yourself a gallon, knock it out in a week, make yourself another gallon the following week. You don't have to feel like you're overwhelmed with having to make a cup 3 or 4 times a day, rationing out a teaspoon per cup. So you just know that, just add up how many ounces per gallon, and you can, there's conversion charts on Google that will show you how many ounces of 8 ounces that you have in a gallon and how many teaspoons you need to add. So just use that chart on Google, conversion chart on how to make the mixture with a gallon of water, right? Go ahead.
Is distilled water better than spring water when it comes to consumption?
Distilled water, when you're making your herbal teas, definitely. Spring water is good for you. It's definitely good for you. I drink spring water every day as well. But when I'm making my herbal teas, because distilled water basically has nothing in it, I tend to stick with distilled water for that purpose. So they're both good waters.
That was it.
That was the only question? Or was there any more coming through?
Carissa Anderson says, "Hi, beautiful. I have the sour sop leaves from you, but in Ziploc bags. Are they still good for use?"
Oh, yes. It's still good for use. Definitely. And thank you. Yes.
Do you have some of this info documented because it's valuable, but I'm at work and cannot write notes?
Okay, well, it's not written down quite yet, but I am going to save the video. I'm going to put the video also in my group. If you're not in my group, CMOS and More with Nikki Lane, search me on Facebook. I'm pretty sure it'll come up. I'll try to find a link to that way you can just click on it and just, join the group. Now, I've had a lot of scammers come into the group, so we are monitoring who comes into the group right now. So if your Facebook page looks fake, I'm just gonna be honest with you, I'm not gonna accept you. I've had so many people coming in the group like advertising ridiculous stuff that I've never even heard of before. So I'm trying to keep that down. But if you message me, say, hey, I am a real person. If you've noticed that I haven't accepted you into the group and it's been a couple weeks or something and you don't see yourself in there yet, just, shoot me a message and I'll try to make sure I add you in there. But that's just a way, because some people's profiles are not complete and you may not have a background picture or a profile picture and then there's nothing on your page but you're an actual person. Just let me know.
Also, sorry, there's one where the people want a skincare line from you because your skin is glowing.
Water. I'm telling you, drink your water. And aloe. I use aloe. I think I did a post about 2 weeks ago. I take fresh aloe plant and I cover my face with it. I actually do that every single day. And I take sea moss gel, believe it or not. And I do once a week, I use sea moss gel on my face. And trust me, it gets super hard. And the only moisturizers that I use on my face is vitamin C cream, as well as vitamin E. The Jason vitamin E oil. So that's pretty much all I do on my face. And I just drink a ton of water and I eat pretty decent. So no fried foods because that stuff comes out of your skin. I don't eat junk food. I don't eat candy bars and stuff like that. I avoid all of those sugars. But thank you.
Hey, Lab, I'm in the hospital with COVID and pneumonia. Any recommendations on boosting my lungs?
Boosting the lungs. The Healthy Lungs blend. Now that blend has everything that you need from your mullein, which aids with pneumonia. It has elecampane with it, which is awesome for the lungs. It has horehound. Those 3 are powerhouse herbs for the lungs. Straight, just completely powerhouses. Now, if your lungs are filling with fluid, there's other assisting herbs in the blend that help with that. There's herbs in there for the cough, like wild cherry bark if you have a cough from the lungs. So we have something, but if you do not use this with your pneumonia. Don't use sea moss if you are battling pneumonia. So you want to leave that out until you've gotten over that, because of the consistency. It can, basically cause your lungs to go the opposite direction, and we don't want that. So if you have pneumonia, avoid sea moss gel.
And last one. Hi, Nikki. What's good for low energy?
Low energy, sea moss.
Okay.
Sea moss. Sea moss for the win all night tonight, okay? Sea moss. Now, I will also give you another hair tip that I do on my hair. After I have, cleaned my sea moss and it is completely hydrated, I will take a little bit of aloe water and I will throw it in the blender with my, fresh sea moss. and I will saturate my hair with that as well. So that's another little tip, because it has minerals. Your hair needs minerals to grow, right? So I do that as well. So I do a lot of different little things to keep my hair. After I had my son, my postpartum shedding was horrendous. I had like this much hair. I could hold it and it sat up this high off my hand. I had never seen that much hair loss. I think I cried for days. So I started researching what can I do to prevent hair shedding. And I can honestly tell you, almost everything that came up had rice in it and amla powder. These are the most two abundant things that I saw everywhere when it concerns shedding, and also the fenugreek seeds. Now, one thing about this rosemary, just so you guys know, this is a blend that you can actually drink as well, because it does have cloves, all right? It does help with the immune system. So you can actually drink this, but this is some very, very powerful stuff, right? So it will aid with circulation problems. It will help hydrate your scalp. Now, when you, again, are going to do your deep conditioning, 30 minutes to an hour, cover it up. Now, if you're going to go under a dryer, I would say 20 minutes under a dryer tops, and then you're good. 20 to 30 minutes under a dryer for that deep conditioning method there. So I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to cover. And also chlorella. I think I said this earlier. Get some chlorella. You can add that into your smoothies, because they do serve it as a powder, or you can get the pills to take. But chlorella is really good to help with that brain fog situation, and it helps give you clarity, right? So, we are healing, and I've had more people come to me that have gotten over it. If you stay in front of it, if you get ahead of it, you honestly don't have to worry about some of the lingering after effects. Loss of taste. So I've had several people ask me, what can I do, because my taste buds still aren't working? So sprinkling a little bit of, believe it or not, habanero powder or sauce on some of your foods. The powder actually works better. I've had more people tell me that when they use the habanero powder as a seasoning on their food, it actually helps boost their sense of taste. You can also sniff essential oils: rosemary, lemongrass, peppermint, orange. And you want to get multiple, at least 4 or 5 essential oils, and sniff them on a regular basis. In a couple of days, it should come back as well. The last one that you can do for your taste buds is taking a orange, get an organic orange, wash it, and basically you're going to blacken it, like frying it in a frying pan. Sounds weird, but trust me. So after it's blackened and it's all good and seared on the outside, you're going to cut it open while it's still hot. Take a teaspoon of brown sugar and stir that up with the insides of that orange. And I promise you, I've had people come back and say, my taste buds, I tasted that like instantly. So there's different, home things that you can do to help regain your taste buds, have them operating efficiently again. So I think we've covered everything that I was going to cover for the night. If there's any more questions, you can go ahead and drop them in there, and as time goes on, I'll check the comments and respond to them. Shanika, do you see any more comments? Okay. All right. Well, these are just some tips, post Big C, rehab treatments and tips and things you can do at home, again, for building your immunity, building your blood cells, so that you can actually, get well. Again, don't forget your herbs. You need your herbs. And even if you just say you want a maintenance herb every day, burdock is a good maintenance herb. You can drink burdock every single day. Burdock root is a powerhouse in conjunction with your sea moss. Those two together, honestly, you got 102 minerals in just those two things alone, and your body needs 102 every day. So,
are the preventative teas on your website?
Yes, everything's on my website, Holistic Harmony Herbs. Everything's listed there. From the leaves down to the 20-day program and the 7-day program. They're all listed there for you. And don't forget, and this is something that you can do on a regular, everyday basis, okay? Steaming. You're going to either get some essential oil. Give me just a second, Shanika. Mm-hmm. And I got herbs in this pot, but we're going to not even show the herbs. So we're going to pretend that this pot has water. right? We're going to pretend that this pot has its water. I've dumped in some peppermint oil in here already, and I've dumped in, some hot water, and now it's steaming. So I'm going to take this towel, right? And I'm going to cover my head, and I'm going to go over my pot, and I am going to allow the steam. Now I'm not going to put my face directly in the pot, right? We don't want to get injured because steam is very, very hot. So we're going to lightly steam our sinuses because this is the most susceptible place. Your mucosa that's located in this region is where it starts, right? So you want to add heat in there, right? Your peppermint, and if you don't have peppermint essential oil, you can get some Vicks Vapor Rub, eucalyptus oil, throw some rosemary in there, okay? And, inhale that steam. If you know you've been out around a lot of people every day, even your kids going to school, I wouldn't advise putting the kids directly over the pot, but I would wave that steam in the children's face so that they can get a little bit of that goodness, to cleanse out their sinuses, because especially if they're around a bunch of kids all day and out in public, or you as an adult being out in public, you're going on your jobs, you want to make sure that you're steaming. That will also help you. There's something called a neti pot or a sinus rinse kit. I'll go ahead and grab that as well.
While you're grabbing that, are these herbs safe for children consumption?
No, depends on their age.
Depends on the age.
So these herbs that are on the table, these are not for babies, right? So if your child is 14 or older, I would recommend, the antivirals, because under that, their liver and kidney is not able to function, process this out of the system properly. So we don't want to do that. Now they can take soursop. You can give them half a cup of the soursop leaves. They can also take echinacea, half a cup of echinacea as well. There's also a product called Healthy Kids Compound by Herbalist and Alchemist, and I'll post that on the link of this in the comment section so that you guys can get that for the children that are younger, right? Now, this is probably if you've had this before, you know what this is. This is a sinus rinse kit. This also clears out your sinuses. Now, I think I ordered this off Amazon, and they also have them in Walmart. But they also are the makers of the neti pot as well. So this has a little kit that has saline in it, and you're going to add distilled water in here, right? And you're going to push this up your nose. The water comes out of one side, but it's flushing out any irritants that you may have inhaled, wherever you've been in your environment. Now, several years ago, I had to have sinus surgery. I had all kind of stuff going on. The doctor that did my surgery said, Nikki, I don't even know how you were still functioning. You should have been in a hospital. He told me that the infection that was in my sinuses was so bad that it actually was in the back of my skull, like the back side of my sinuses. It had went that far. My 45-minute surgery turned into 4 hours of surgery because it was that intense. I had polyps growing in my sinus cavities. They had to remove the polyps. They actually had to go in here, and they broke all the bone that I have in my forehead, in the sinus cavities, all that. So I have one open tube now because it was just that bad. But I had been exposed to mold for a very long time and didn't know that's what was happening with my sinuses. So this is something that they gave me way back then and told me to use this on a regular basis. But of course, when this pandemic started, I reintroduced this back into my life, and I use this every time I go out and about, and even if I'm out in the yard cleaning and dust goes in my nose, I will use it then. So it's not just so much about prevention or anything, but it's about keeping your sinuses clean as well. So I do this, I steam, especially when I'm around a lot of people, but you have to take measures and steps to secure your safety and your health. Now, believe it or not, I am sure I have come into contact with many people that have had it. Maybe they knew it or didn't know it, but I'm going to honestly tell everyone, this is not a secret. If you know that you've tested positive, tell people that you've been around. I am starting to see more and more people who are in fear or embarrassed and don't want to tell their family members or their friends, hey, I tested positive. You might want to, start an herbal regimen or something, or start taking some vitamins and supplements. Get you some vitamin D to kind of help, build your immunity. It's not a secret, family. It's really not a secret. If I know for a fact that, I've been exposed, I'm going to tell everybody, hey, I was around someone that said they had it, so I need you guys to get on this regimen right now. Start drinking this tea every day. Do what you have to do, to prevent it from coming. Because I do believe if you are steaming and cleaning out your sinuses, which is, like I said, I made a blog on my website as well about the, how mucus, responds in the body, and what it does, especially when it comes to contracting any type of illness, through your nasal passages. So, if you've been exposed, tell somebody. It's not a secret. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. We're all in this together. We are all being affected by this. It's not just you, and it's nothing to be embarrassed about. So, family, I just wanted to get on here tonight and share my knowledge with you on tips and things that you can do to rehab yourself at home, so that you can be well. Get the healthy lungs blend. Get the herbs that you need, just for overall wellness. I drink this. Now, this tea, this blend is just something I literally threw together. I know a lot of people were asking about my Facebook story in the post I made the other day. I don't have this blend. I just felt like throwing in a bunch of herbs, and that's what I did. But I'm just taking this as a prevention and overall wellness tea for myself. And I made a whole gallon, so I don't have to keep making those small cups all day. So, and I drink my hair tea every day. I drink my hair tea every day. It's a must. I don't go without my tea. It's going to happen whether I drink my wellness part or not. I'm going to drink my hair tea. So, no further ado. I don't want to hold you guys any longer. And I want to thank my beautiful assistant, Shanika, for...
waving.
I want to thank Shanika for coming in tonight and assisting me with this. And again, if you have questions, drop it in the comments and I'll get back to you then. Have a blessed evening, everyone.
No, I don't know how to end it. Finishing.